this morning, I want to open the phone lines and I want to hear from you. If indeed that's what you are experiencing as well, okay? If you're also going through this same experience, if you're realizing that you're paying more for electricity than you used to, and that the price is really changing and it's rather increasing, you can call me on 0541 022318. 0541 022318. And tell me your story this morning. We want to hear from you. Later on the show at 8, we're going to talk with the National Ambulance Service. You know, this week they've also been in the news. I mean, the death of Mr. Charles Asiema, a 29-year-old engineer who was knocked down at Tekel overpass, was rushed in an ambulance to various hospitals, but he was denied bed. We'll talk about the National Ambulance Service, and we'll talk about the state of the service and, of course, some of the issues that they're going through. But for now, let's deal with electricity. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Please, your name and where you're calling me from.
My name is Ben C. I'm calling from Santasi.
Ben?
Yes.
Okay, Ben, tell me your story. Have you also...
Yes, I think I experienced this last 2 weeks. When a new meter was installed at my office, I think they normally load with 50 series credit. Within that same day, the 50 series was over in less than 3 hours.
3 hours?
I'm telling you, less than 3 hours. The 50 series was off.
Less than 3 hours, 50 series was...
Yes. Yeah, the following day I went to buy 1,000 series. Yesterday I went to check. The 1,000 series, 600 is off. Less than 2 weeks.
Less than 2 weeks, 600...
Less than 2 weeks.
Where is the office?
It's around in your name. Fantastic in your name. I'm here to lodge a complaint at the office. It was yesterday night I checked. The 1,000 series I bought 2 weeks ago, or less than 2 weeks ago, 600 series is gone off.
Oh, that's unusual. That is abnormal. Okay, thank you very much. We are taking these complaints.
I think it's one of the new meters they brought. The very new one.
That's what you think is causing the problem. Okay.
I am sure that is what is causing the problem.
Okay. Thank you very much
for
coming through this morning. We are taking the complaints. Right. Hopefully we'll speak to the ECG on this particular matter. And so if you're also listening to us, you can call us on 0541 022 318. 0541 022 318. That's how you can call us and let us know your electricity consumption currently. How is it like? If you're also going through similar experience, just like some others have been complaining about. Good morning. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. Hello? Yes, good morning. Please, your name and where you're calling me from?
I'm called Seth, calling from Roman Hill.
Seth, Roman Hill.
Yeah.
Yeah, tell me your story. What's your consumption like these days?
My main country trees.
But you can treat me.
Me pachawa, she said the ECG, come with the Namson, Yamini, Ahomete. Me can say 2017, 2018, there are about no changing meter.
Ankan in 200 cities, Nani D and I.
Let me track 2 weeks.
2 weeks?
Yes, 14 days.
But every 1 month, 1 month in any.
You know, me talk 100 cities in no pay the Gusua. And could do a tran of Panona, was a call off. The hour maintenance a winning Sawakoto received a Debema Wunian and over 100 cities in no air was so all right. Would you go meet and so I not record just 1 day? Instead of be a can be at 12 days, 13 days, 14 days, they send to Sabim. When you the Beguswa, over who said I record 1 day, and pa baby so the Guswan of Pebes at 7 o'clock. The following day, 6 o'clock, let a call off. Nasa. For the past 1 month, you say January, February, you see me, my top credit over 3,000.
Hey.
Yes. And see, a crown of the end, I'm sorry,
first, Nanka 200 cities grab it may do last close to a month, but this time a day be out 200 cities, the whole month 3,000.
Yes, so that is weird. My talk close to 3,000 because every day they are no mamma crowd and say, eh, be a Kalana Cotono and they be our mutistan. So, but one did receive in the bebano. Yeah, some on the Sapa
a fear na a commercial a jumum.
Me but me fear. If fear. And yeah, dear, I know over me feel cry outside lights and yeah, they are doing me so a bit above back. Maybe you both singing Manaka Baku. We are using of your caneno, sending a make and say you should feel back and you see I use you. If you are so crying area west by the day.
Area Benia.
Me patch me or I
spetting pong around buying. Asabi hono me boy. Okay, me that's it. Thank you very much for joining us this morning. So that's another complainant. No, the complaints we are receiving are they are too much. There must be a problem. It's not making sense at all. Good morning.
Good morning, Alfa.
Yes.
But what is it?
You're not doing here now, sir.
Yes, I do what to do.
Still with you.
Hey, like the assembly, Alpha, some pan or the abano pay. Now, me tell you, my account, my sense and put the and put the and the main Casacra. Hey, first near top 400 it's Mika month, but you see a 400 no, just 2 weeks. 2 weeks, 100 no, 2 weeks.
I see. Our brother 408 me 1 month previously.
Sir.
I said it's what about 2 weeks.
2 weeks. No, you feel hosted. Sabre Mrantia oh na obi akwa adwuma akasi ewura na abrewa pe na otifia ono no fanse bi a TV na siso bi a fan ti na ye nyina ya dundum ye nema nyina akra na ya pia ba so
Dineze this time no as a mo pe 1 month na as a mo to be 800 cities
800 to 1000
wow
1000 a bit me ask
Steven. That's it. Complaints in there, any ECG for Yamiaduma, we didn't come. But I say, thank you very much for joining us this morning. I forgot to ask him the area. But this morning we've had a call from someone from a Yinem Spet Timpon. I don't know where Stephen lives. Maybe Stephen. Good morning.
Good morning.
Please, your name and where you're calling me from, sir?
I'm Patrick. I'm calling from Apiedu.
Patrick Apiedu on the tech stretch, right?
Yes, please.
Okay, talk to me. What's your story? What's your?
I think this problem has to do with the smart meter they've just installed. We were also using the old meters, the smart one as well, and they came to change it to another smart one. Previously, 200 could take me throughout the month. But now I have to buy 400 CDs before I can go through the month.
How much were you buying previously?
Pardon?
How much were you buying previously, sir?
Previously, 200 CDs
could last you for a month.
Yes.
Now you are compelled to buy how much? 400 CDs.
400.
So that's like 100% increment.
In addition, yes.
Wow.
And I think whatever everyone is saying with regards to the new meter is true that we have to be concerned about.
Wow. Thank you. Your name again, sir?
Patrick.
Patrick, thank you very much. And Patrick called us from Epiedu. Okay. We've gotten someone from Sipe, from Enyinam. So the problem is like it's a widespread problem across the region or across the city of Africa. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Alpha.
Yes, Kobe.
Alpha, on say new meter now can the almost are processing omo credit no. Old one is one do and say omo the baby na 6 million say from November to December basic January omo the baby January na so which you 6 million December na you say in January na 12 million no more increase no. So they say no old meters away earlier or now or more anti-man changing. Meaning now or more increasing. Or come say assessment be no more. Ya for no more for casa. They say any day. And today na bit and yes on the barbecue. So sa no more.
Okay, Kobe, offer free Abuakwa. Abuakwa, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Kobe, for joining us this morning. You can also join us this morning. You can send us a WhatsApp message or you can send us a voice note, and we'll be happy to hear from you. Good morning. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, Alfa.
Yes, Nanajua from North. Talk to me.
North, yes. Yes. What they are saying is very true. Before, we used to buy
160 cities.
150 cities.
150, okay.
Yes, for 10 days.
For 10 days.
For 10 days, you know. But this time, last month up to now, we bought over 400.
400 cities?
Yes.
Wow.
So it's we don't understand what it's
for the same period.
Yes, for the same period. And now too, the water too has been doubled. You know, the bill we used to pay the last month was 1 something. This time it was 250 something.
Wow.
So we don't know what is happening. Apart from that too, we have intermittent power outage.
These days.
We don't know what is also happening. You know, so it's giving us a lot of problems. We don't even keep our freezers on. We put it on and then we put it off. You know, but it's the same thing that we are going through. And I think I also want to talk about the cocoa people paying. I'm a person of interest. And I have another. They are not paying all the farmers. The people who have bought the cocoa, they will come and tell you that the government said we should give you part of the money. And they are also not telling us, instead of them to pay, because they are taking the cocoa already, they were supposed to have paid us the old price, you know. And they are trying to tell us that they have to pay the new price. So that is another problem too.
Thank you very much for joining us this morning with your submission. It looks as if everybody that has called so far is complaining about the same thing. It cannot be that these people are just lying or these people are just, making things up. I don't think so. I think there must be a problem. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Please tell me your name and where you're calling me from.
All right, my name is Kojoanchi.
Kojoanchi, where are you
calling from? Kodie Apaja.
Kodie Apaja.
Yes.
What's the story for you with regards to electricity?
Yep. So I want to talk about what is actually happening at the Apaja Akrofrom area. We have meters for new structures, and for some time now, I can tell you roughly about 2 to 3 years now, there has not been any bill. You see, this issue is really eating up this nation, because I have friends who have their structures at different places. They went to stay in for many years. They applied for meter. The meter has come and no bill. No bill. This no bill problem. The person is willing and ready to settle his or her monthly bills, but ECG won't bring any bill. Personally, I have made follow up to Offenso. That is our station. That is this area station. This is my meter.
Okay.
I have stayed there. I've used the meter for almost a year now, and I'm not seeing any bill. What is happening? Give me bills to pay, but these people will sit down. One time you were on, then they will pile something outrageous for you to go and pay. Is this not complete madness, bro? Please.
I understand your frustration, but relax.
How difficult is this for a new meter to have its monthly bill for the consumer to pay? How difficult is that?
Yeah.
But because this country is being run in such a way that citizens are deliberately frustrated, so they will sit down, they won't bring you any bill. That man, or much some amount to be a big so go and pay 20,000, 50,000. Please, this is complete madness. It is killing some of us.
Yeah, I understand, but relax. Tone down the.
Please, no. You see, sometimes I don't know. I am really saying this with much pain.
I understand. I understand your frustration, but hopefully we'll see. Maybe there will be some solutions. Thank you very much.
Please make some calls and talk about it for us.
Thank you.
We are willing to pay.
Thank you very much for coming through. And that's a frustrated customer who said that they have used electricity, they want to pay, but they are struggling to get the opportunity to pay. Can you imagine? Good morning. Hello, good morning, Obapa.
Hello, good morning, Alfa.
Yes, Mbacho, me too.
Alfa, me just so here.
I do me here now, sir.
I'm here, pa. Alfa, one meter ya umadi abayi huaseme. Ye kasi ye ka, ye beka ma adiachi. Muma ye sesa meter we. Enuna timamufo, ye betimi echia. De obetimi ato, no ato aguso. Esa na esa wuda sumo. Nso de say na so much 3 ensa e de akoyechi. Ye ehunhwe yenye yi. Mo mtika kire ye say ye wo ye kind of taxes abusumi bia say ko light na muti free so. Utimi to light yi. Oto ya oba hwa o meter no so 00. Oh, ukobusa say aden tina ma to light na was say tax na e was say yete wono ya tew. I don't say how. Was I busumi mensani, busumi nani, yente tax no, nti yati habu. Oh, I didn't know what some years are. My top light 200 cities, more selling in a say, was some tax. I don't say tax, I said to the saying, street light, and then say, Mama Young. I didn't know busumi bia, Mama Young who says, say, now what free so. So, next, easy for a mobile apple.
And who say no master son who could be someone on catcher say tax no material boom.
Mina me catcher, you could be side.
Office when our boy, or tough one.
No, you can't say a portrait about.
A portrait about, okay.
Aye, yeah, branch one way corner. So I say, until me name the ECG for no person but today. Musumun is a light, no why, ain't me survival. Munim,
and you were Jumono. First, now what to say na is a to say inside be about
for months.
Obet me the aye jumano for the whole month.
Make me the aye jumano be a cabe na nsabi
na sana go to be aka. Na say na ti say.
Say the enyakura afa enyakura no credit the one waka. So I say o to see.
Okay.
So I say, "Why share me be my asma work kan wa pejai." The same thing me ya wodi machi apejan wo. Omo light no so ye mfa bill mra wo mo ni kuna kwa ye fa bill ni ma nti ni kunu so aka kire ni say da light fo ni di bill bia omo di sika kakraka bia wo bia wo frɛ no ono wo mo ye mo gamu so ya say this what ma say na da ji akọ ati ko obi ni ye odi mechi apeja no ni kurete so ya say minim say ya tikuro kase mu no mo ye sa wo se de yo chobia utilize more than 1 year wan kwagire ska ya de bia ye tobi no wo mo pesa wo sisie ade nti mo ye sa mo magana ntumpon e bi se de mo ye ne yatra ho so ya say yatra ho se mpenyofo no mo tie ni mu no adwuma no mo nim ya di wo mo fro over from ra no mo sisie ye ntimi nya adwuma fan to light nko without ye wo family ye wo abusia. So I say, near the scanner to light and qua, you took us day. So I say, oh, yes, I'm more high. So, me, I'm a poma, dear, so more hammy pa, I know Baba Fali, or more hammy pa. Now that messa to me now quite easy, no. Oh, Munga more home and no more. Me, I'm a catch now. Until I can be bitter or more. Station or muti. Saka be bishop on and call my soon. So I say, No more to see it though. After me that's it.
Okay. Obaba, thank you very much for joining us this morning with your submission as well. Good morning.
Hello, good morning. Alfa.
Yes, please, your name and where you're calling me from.
Alfa, ECG for no. Leakage na leakage in for 4 years is illegal. They don't care about that. But try no more to any money. Me a good be a good Samaritan. I catch like my uniform. Omo no magiska. Na omo continue. No omo ye illegal. It is ECG for now. I see a jiffy or some kind of trauma company because me who do my omo. So will be no illegal now walk good African. They don't care. A ban a register. Then they go. Minim this time me are making. Because condition is for 4 days. Be a good Samaritan I catch home. They don't care. They ban a register near co. Na yes on. The Pia need here. It is the Guinea and Kayatona. If you think better.
Thank you very much for joining us this morning with your submission as well. You can also partake in our conversation this morning on 0541022318. We've realized that a lot more people are having issues with the cost of electricity currently. So we want to really appreciate what's happening on the ground. So we want you to share with us your story. We want you to let us know the cost that you're incurring on electricity these days as compared to the previous months. Good morning.
Hello, Pacho. Good morning.
Pacho, Bodima Mena, Chemi Babi Wakasafina.
Pacho, Kenya.
Pacho, I said Babino, Babi, I want to dedicate a crowd on Kabit my own Bibi Kakramaya. And also, offer a thing. Pardon? Oh, maintain can you, boss?
Kenya
Sabrim. Oh, nice. Within his saying.
Pacho, from Brian.
Okay, Brian, Kenya's a medium, Pacho.
Pacho, last no. The tar and check. And the prepaid. What first in the 200, the same, what 4 point something. Only to my, but whatever share, you know. I charge 3 days, necessary.
Nay, the day. A new meters, Nibia. New meter.
Prepaid card, basic card. Oh. First, and say 1.5. The same, yet 4 point something. See, NASA.
That's it.
Would have 3 seconds within 3 days. I saw. But your other one may be my panel.
Brian, Kenya say Abrim. Thank you very much. So, I mean, you can appreciate the widespread nature of this problem across the region. It's like everywhere you turn, people are going through this. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, good morning. Abusco Mitio.
Latin assembly, higher papa. And nothing meter there, no one could talk back. Me could tell you, me look at me to 100 cities. Saxon Quay and 93 cities. And me by now come 7 cities per home. Saxon Quay 97 teacher. Yet, oh my, you're taxing the breed. And they're touching me, you will meet a back home. Almost 1.5 years. My come, me could hear almost sending it. Test me to phone say my register and no one bail my kwa me say kwa dem see ho and no one you know
Abusco we say first one we say okoto 100 cities no me say tax in kwa matie for 93 cities
according to receipt no tax in kwa 93 cities jaka 7 cities per 7 cities per
India zero
93 cities. I say last me with 7 cities. Oh, dear, you know, we are the crowd, a minute, who, one more Jumano. Anyway, the job, don't cut my computer, because no bar. So who could out here on the cry on Peru? I said, what the connection? Oh, no matter, Gino will be Gino. What person with a connection, or no, I show. No, Chibi, no, Jawko. So, no, my Saba, no, I give you no cop. So, Sana, oh, no, George, I'm going to put one in here, and yes, dear, abandoned by a bit, I didn't be a man on here.
But that's it.
That's it.
Obviously, thank you very much for joining us this morning. That the problems are it's strange. The things people are saying this morning they are really strange things. And yeah. Good morning. Hello. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, your name and where you're calling me from, sir?
My name is Ben. I'm calling from Fancy.
Ben.
Fancy.
Okay, talk to me, sir.
My program is a bit different from my colleagues. We are staying at one lady's house and it's 3 rooms. We pay light bill twice a month. We pay one for ECG and one for the landlady. When you pay for light bill to ECG without paying for the landlady will come and cut off the lights. So that is my problem.
I think this one it's maybe it's a problem between you and the landlord, because I've never heard heard that.
Every month, that is what
no, you're not supposed. I'm not too sure you're supposed to, unless you're paying to ECG through the landlady. But you can't pay to. Are you using postpaid or prepaid?
Postpaid.
No, you're not supposed to pay light bill to landlady. It's supposed to be paid
we
to
paid light bill to the landlady. That was Monday, and yesterday they brought light bill to us.
No, it doesn't make sense. Maybe you should try and find a way to resolve it. You should confront.
And so we complained to the landlady, and she refused. She continued to come for the light bill every month.
I see. Hopefully, we'll get the ECG officials. Maybe you can ask them, and perhaps they can find answers to you. But thank you very much for joining us this morning. It's checking the time. It's 15 minutes after 8. There's a message that a friend of mine has sent. Let me try and see if I can retrieve it. Okay, I'll return to that shortly. Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, please, your name and where you're calling me from.
And I can't remember my kind of no be.
But you didn't say.
They frame me, Nana, or Dona frame of my penny.
Okay, I'm paying me too.
Yet I must know what you may be a movie. Light, in fact, they are not the minion baby, a decline, I can't be. Just said they are not autumn, it be there for your times 3, it be there for your times 2. So, the minion about a bit near by money, depending in our bay light, and the brother never, I hear any. And he said, you're moving with my yes, serum, Muntu one and then it's near Nested Beya, Bibians bit me up for Mamma. And a 2, me pacho, yet me an be no more crooked to a mono. It says a woman to your idea. Because a minimum canunti no the abeguya so they are mean to Obakobi, you should diffuse number 4, 3. The Eco Store, and I say 4 to blog, ice blog, and I say 4. And so, no, become best 2 years, 3 years over Bibisa, and so on. Like this. So, and to me, let's check no mafia, let's be my triano, a swat, and my enya. It is one day, and to 20 and the load in our big years for the means to me, Yadamasini would media movie.
Thank you very much for joining us this morning with your message. This is the Orange Sunrise here on Orange 107.9. Good morning. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, the Jimmy Tionopay, somewhere.
About other
Oh, sorry. What that good board? And then I think want to go to that level. I don't know.
Bajo kawasem wai na jadi ofiso we.
Ya de jebi. Izaledu akoma mo je me ba ko mo fe. Ama la de gare. Ma pe mo wat na ko tisa. Ipe. Papa. E ke me num ho kwa sa me first na ka lo. I'm going to me 1,000 mark puji. Aba. Me talk me aba me you. What me be you? You be be bien wa na ti bi ba ko na bo me ba. And ko me na di me ba me go ya na issue. Me ba ko kitchen. Me reach. And no me reach me here no. Bi a ti me me ma ko. Aba me ta people.
Daji online enye stable meaning hello. Okay, I think Mr. Techi's network this morning is a bit dodgy. Let me try and get the message that I had wanted to share with you. A message from my friend said, bro, I buy 2,600 a month as compared to 800 cedis previously. What's going on? It's becoming terrifying. Hey, 2,600 from 800.
Hello?
Good morning.
Hello?
Yes, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Please, your name and where you're going?
Something calling from Bremai.
Something Bremai, talk to me, sir.
Yes, my problem is people are crying for the reduction of electricity bills. But Alpha, I don't see it that way because the prepaid meters were not made for more than 2 or 3 people. The prepaid meters were mainly made for individuals. But here, the landlords of this country will give you 1 meter for the whole house, sometimes even 3 or 4 people. When you are not at home, there are some people in their room using some of these bells to cook, to make to do their everything. Some even prepare their sauce with this electricity. And those people who are not at home, when they come, they will share the bell together. So people must also look at that area. Thank you very much.
Okay, I think we've lost something on the line. Something, thank you very much for joining us this morning. So let me now, I'll just pick a call. I'll just pick one caller. Or let me say one call. And then we'll move into another very important matter. The issue about emergency service, emergency health care, particularly with regards to National Ambulance Service. This week, they have been in the news for obvious reasons. The issues of no-bed syndrome, they are closely related to that. And it's important that we talk to them about the state of the service and some of the key concerns that people have raised. People wanting to know the protocol that is applied when people try to secure the services of the National Ambulance Service and what happens on the ground, how they are connected to the various hospitals, and of course how they are able to transport a person or a patient from one point to the other, and what is supposed to happen en route. All of these things are things that we will talk about this morning. And so if you have questions on this conversation, you can keep them coming through. I'll deal with them for you. But let me listen to this voice notes before we get into that conversation. Okay, it looks as if we'll have to pick the last caller and then we'll listen to the voice note. Good morning.
She's the one playing this song.
Right?
Okay.
Hello?
We understand.
I don't think
are good.
Metunga.
Aha. Oh, I make us say like it's a new I'm off work as a dollar back for my name catch you. Aba. Dollar back for this last month I should back for any enjoy it, you know. I feel like what to air the day Aba. Oh, no, this is a people in the family. Then any family who used to play and then say we tell you 50 cities and then 25 you soon a year. Well, a course I say. Eba. I don't know what I'm coming I don't know you're happy. Yeah. Would do like to be 3 times. Oh, upon all the 1,000 and you tell a month. Would you like to be 3 times? Would you much? Would you much? And so, more.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Techi, for joining us this morning. Let's get into our next conversation. This morning, we have the officers of the National Ambulance Service in the region with us. We have DCA EMT Melon Somik Doot. He's the regional manager, National Ambulance Service here in the Ashanti region. He's here with SAEMT Mansurat Abdul Ganiu. She's also the PRO for the National Ambulance Service here in the Ashanti region. Gentlemen and lady, you're welcome to the show. I hope we are all doing well.
Yeah, Alfa, by grace of God.
I don't know why Mrs. Abdul Ghani is not willing to talk. Please, I introduced both of you.
We are doing very well. How are you doing?
I'm good. Are you fasting?
Definitely, I am.
Oh, okay. How's the fasting going?
Alhamdulillah, it's going well.
It's going well. Okay. How is your new status though? Has anything changed? Has your life changed? Oh no, it's just like meeting a friend and asking, like trying to
very important.
Catch up.
Very important.
Please.
Alhamdulillah, so far so good.
Okay, that's fine. Let's get into the conversation. Okay. This morning I want to start with something very basic. To get to know the state of the ambulance service currently. What state are you in? Are you in a good state or in a bad state? Let me start with you because you are the boss.
Yeah, thank you very much, Alfa, and good morning to you and our listeners. I want to take the opportunity to greet my CEO, Dr. George Kojo Owusu, and all the leadership in Accra, and as well as my people in Ashanti region, my able district and municipal directors.
Let me just remind our listeners that we are live on YouTube and on Facebook as well, so they can join the conversation live.
All right. Yeah, so for the good work they are doing for the people of Ghana with the National Ambulance Service. Yeah, so Alfa, to the question, I think, yes, I would say that ambulance service, we are in good condition. Yes, so I think we started some 20 or 22 years ago with just 7 ambulance stations. Mm-hmm. And currently we went up to over 300 stations. 300 stations in the country, mm-hmm. currently as I speak. In Ashanti region, we have 52 ambulances. Okay, 52 ambulances.
Are they all in operation?
No, they are not all in operation, definitely. So currently, I have about 12 of them that are at the workshop. Okay, so 2 of them actually is out of work because they were involved.
They broken down beyond.
Not broken down, but they were involved in an accident, and according to our experts, it is beyond repair. So those vehicles have been handed over to the insurance companies for them to pay for it.
So 52 out of the 52, two.
Yes, the two that were involved in an accident and beyond repairs has been handed over to the insurance.
These two, were they for some specific constituencies?
Yes. So
which constituencies?
One was for Nkenkensu, and the other one was at Abofo.
Okay, so what happens to these constituencies?
So currently, we are working to get them ambulances to operate from. Yes.
Okay.
So as I talk now, out of the 50, only 10 of them are currently at the workshop, which we are working on to bring them back.
So 40 are in operation?
No, 40. Yeah, 40.
40 because 52 or the total
40
okay, I see. So that's the current state.
That's the current state.
When we secured or procured these new ambulances, I think it was in 2019 or so, or 2020.
We started using them in January 2020.
January 2020.
Yes.
Did we build an architecture or system that looked at the continuous maintenance of these ambulances? Because sustainability is key.
Yeah.
And you know our problem as a country has always been the culture of maintenance.
Yeah.
Is there a system that allows the continuous maintenance of these ambulances? And when there's the need for substitutions or or changes, did we put such a system in place?
So I think Alpha, the ambulances that we use, they are high performing vehicles, right? So before the ambulances came, especially in the Asante region, we were able to establish a functional workshop, which we have trained EMTs who are also mechanics, right? So they know about the car, they know about the job, and they are in charge. And fortunately, the workshop is not even far from your station. It's just along the corner.
Oh, okay.
So I would invite you one of these days to come and see for yourself.
Very necessary.
Yes. So you see,
you've always been inviting me, but you don't end up inviting
sometimes me. When we talk about some of these things, and we don't have them verified, it looks like maybe we are just talking. It's not the case, right? So from you can imagine we have our 6 years old ambulances, and we still have our 40 of them functioning. It tells you that it's not the usual thing that as Ghanaians we just this kind of culture of maintenance that is not. We hold these cars dear because that's the major tool we use to work. And if the cars are out of work, we are out of work. We can't save lives that we are supposed to save. So we have that. And in fact, I must say that is what sustained these cars for the 6 years that we've been using. If not, we would have been having a lot of them out of the road. But they are there 24. Even there are sometimes Saturday and Sunday when there's a need, we call them to come in to fix minor issues for the cars to be on the road.
Okay. Now let me go to Mansurat to find out from you. A lot of people have been complaining, not just a lot of people. Myself, the last time I met your boss, and I complained to him that something happened just close to us, the mall. An old security man was knocked down by a motorcycle, and I was there in the evening. So I was like, okay, since I'm here, let me try and get the ambulance. I called it. Some tone B will be playing. Nobody will pick. And unfortunately for me, I was calling you personally, him and you, and it looks as if it didn't go through or something. So a lot more people are complaining about the difficulties in reaching out to you, in getting the ambulances. Have you heard these complaints as well? And what are you doing about it?
Oh, okay, so those complaints, we've heard some of them. But I would say with us at the National Ambulance Service, we have the appropriate measures in place to enable people to reach us. Aside the 112 number that we all know, we here in Ashanti region, our dispatch center, we have like 4 active lines, MTN, Vodafone, our Gota line, then Line, whereby people can actually call to access the National Ambulance Service. But I think the major issue that we face is the misuse of the emergency lines. Yes, when people call.
When you say misuse, what do you mean by that?
People calling in, raising false alarm, the prank calls. People tend to hijack the line when other people who really, really have real emergencies want to call in. Somebody is on the line trying to call you to tell you, I want to see. You understand? Somebody can even tell you, oh, there is a knockdown at this particular place.
Meanwhile, it's not
true. So that's the major problem. People who are not having real emergency call in and just hijack the line.
We are in a digital age, Mansurat. Can't you guys find a digital strategy to deal with this problem? Like, is it beyond our control? There's nothing we can do. Because if you say, because then it means that the very people who are in need of the ambulance service,
they are not able to access it,
are likely not to get it because of this problem. So it's a problem. You've identified it.
Yes, it's a problem that we.
Are you thinking of solutions?
Yes, we are thinking of solutions.
Have you tried to implement some of these solutions?
We, it's Ghana that we are, we are definitely going to try to put in necessary measures to improve upon it. Aside that, too, the other problem also has to do with the limited of the availability of ambulances in the community. See, here in Ashanti, per the WHO protocol, one ambulance is supposed to save like 50,000 people.
50,000?
50,000 people.
Okay.
And here in Ashanti region, our population is over 5 million and 5.5.
A little over 5 million.
You understand? So looking at the number of ambulances that we even have right now, even when you call, for instance, you've called that there's an emergency, and then the ambulance that is in service. What happens? You have to wait for another ambulance that is outside your reach, and this tends to also affect our response time. So somebody would be like, I called the National Ambulance Service, and then for more than 30 minutes, 45 minutes, they are not able to reach us. This is also another problem. And then with the main issue, which is the Dumbe syndrome, imagine the ambulance that was carrying that patient for more than 2 hours. That means it's in service. What happens if there's an emergency in that particular
So wouldn't have been able to intervene.
So those are some of the problems that we actually face. Aside the prank calls, then adequating the number of ambulances that we have to save the people in the community, and then the no-bend syndrome are major problems that makes it difficult for people to be able to really, really access the National Ambulance Service. But
okay, so, dude, talk to me about the no-bed syndrome. Practically, how serious is it? And how is it affecting your operations?
Yeah, Alfa, before I get there, with regards to the prank calls, you talked about the fact that we can use technology to, it's all about attitudinal issue, right? If you get to the developed countries, emergency line is for emergency. Why do you pick your call, Alfa, and call 112?
I thought we have moved on from that. I thought we have now. I'm surprised that
telling you that, and I will assure you, this next week I'll bring you to these two places. I just want.
Listeners, if he doesn't bring me, I'll come and see it.
Yes, I'll bring you
because he has been sending me.
I want you to see it for yourself, Alfa.
Yeah, I have to.
You can get to the dispatch center, right? And the call keeps on ringing. And you can pick thousands.
And these are not kids.
These are not kids. Somebody will call and say, "Oh, like if the person picks and it's a lady, then
then he has gotten."
And some people think it's MTN tone free, and the thing is that it's free, it's tone free. So the people called, they are not the doctor. They don't need credit to. That is the major problem. Imagine 100 people are on the line, and the line is made in such a way that
in this day and age,
when you called, he called, I called, we'll all be in a queue. They have to answer the first one before, so you don't know which one is even emergency for you to pick.
So it's difficult to.
And the line is ringing, and we are not picking. It's not your turn.
And mine, it was ringing. Something.
Yes.
It was. I was like,
exactly.
It took me long hours, long minutes. I was like, okay, then let me find another alternative.
So that is what is going on. So to the no-bed syndrome, I think that issue is a national issue that we need to look at holistically. Alfa is something that has caused a lot of havoc.
How?
I'm telling you.
Give me examples from your end.
There are instances whereby my people get to the referral centers, and they stay 24 hours.
24 hours.
I'm telling you, I have records.
So they can go to CAF.
Yes, and stay for 24
and stay there for why? Because there are no beds.
There's no bed.
So you too, you can't go. The person too needs critical.
Where will you go to? The patient is stuck in the ambulance.
So it's likely that some people may even die whilst waiting.
It has happened before.
You've gotten.
Yes, it has happened before. So you see, when some of these issues come up, okay, and people tend to look at the ambulance service as if there's something. Yes, we know we have challenges, but you see, if the system is not well organized, this is what we go through. Can you imagine an EMT? You pick a patient, right? Get to the referral center, and then you are stuck there for
an hour. For 24 hours, for a day.
You know.
Sometimes 8 hours, 10 hours.
Those ones we for 2 hours, 3 hours there is
it's normal. It's normal. Now you've become used to
that one. We are.
It means it's even quicker.
Those, yes. So we've developed resistance to those. Or come and wait for 2-3 hours.
Whilst you're waiting for this 24, what are you doing?
We are just stuck. The ambulance is out of work. Like she said, if there's a need for emergency, imagine maybe Obuasi moves to Kumasi with a case, and they are here, and there's RTA in Obuasi. What happens?
But can't it be possible if the doctors say, okay, there are no beds, we can't receive the patients, your other option is to wait, and sometimes you are able to wait for like 24 hours. Isn't it possible for the doctors to then attend to this patient in the ambulance?
Yes, there are times they attend to them.
Okay, sometimes they do so.
Yes, and even there are times they have to treat them on our trolley. Because the fact of the matter
so
is that
the one
we use. Because if the patient is being attended to on our trolley, then the ambulance is out of service, because you can't attend to any other patient without putting the patient in the ambulance, and you can't put the patient in the ambulance without the bed. You get the point. So this issues is not about the hospitals. It's not about the referral centers. It's a systemic issue. The system needs to be looked at. Alpha, we have only one referral center in the whole of.
That's for this region is bad.
The middle
it's terrible. It's terrible.
Zone, right? So if we have only Konfonoche, how many patients can Konfonoche take? There are instances I walk from my office to.
Your office is at CAF,
yes,
right?
Yeah. These are the people we work with all the time. There's no way that, and the doctors at Konfonoche, some of the nurses, they are part of our training, right? They go to our training school, and these are people. And when we are in training, we come for attachment. We work with them. We know ourselves. So there's no way that you come there. I mean, we have some times that people have that kind of issues, but there's no way that you walk in there and there's bed and somebody will just want to intentionally
no, but sometimes some people say when they go there and they are told that there are no beds or there's no bed, when someone powerful calls, they're able to find beds.
Yes, so
people have given the example so where did the bed come from?
That's why I'm talking about the system. You understand that? So this, there are sometimes I have to walk from my office to the emergency center and find ways to be able to resolve some of these issues. And it has happened so many times. So I asked myself, why should these things be happening? So now, if I'm able to walk to the emergency center, probably resolve one or two. What if I'm not able to walk and I'm in a state that I need a bed, and nobody is able to come and walk and help me?
What happens to the millions who do not know people like you, who are in strategic positions to assist?
Me, I don't even talk about any other person. I'm talking about myself.
Yourself.
If I'm in a situation
and someone will have to call,
nobody even knows that I am the one lying down here.
Absolutely.
What happens to me?
I'll come back to this issue because it's a major issue in the country, especially in the region. We'll focus on the region. But let me go to Mansurat. Now, whilst you say, I am lucky, I've been able to get into contact with you, so you've come to pick my patient. What are the protocols that you apply before you come pick him en route to the place, what do you do? What kind of protocol do you apply in that process?
So for us, we attend to two different types of emergencies, being the main emergency and then the non-emergency, and then the referral. If it's a referral, let's say I'm to come and pick a patient from from one facility to another. For that one, the referring facility usually reach out to our dispatch after they have communicated with their accepting facility or the receiving facility. So the communication is usually done between our dispatch, the referring facility, and then the receiving facility. Then dispatch will go ahead to dispatch an ambulance that is close to that hospital, that is the referring facility. So when they call us, they tell us the name of the patient, the condition, the age, where we can locate the patient. Then we move to the facility where we do our assessment. We do our own assessments.
You move to the
facility, the hospital, the referring facility. Let's say a patient is at Asukwa Government Hospital and they want to refer to Konfanochi. So the referring doctor at Asukwa will reach out to Konfanochi. Let's say if the case is going to A&E, then they will tell him the details of the patient. After they've done their arrangement, then the Asukwa Hospital will call our dispatch center and tell them they need an ambulance to come and pick so-and-so patients. And then dispatch will confirm from Konfanochi to see if they are ready to receive the patient.
So you guys will do that?
Dispatch. We don't do that. The ambulance
What's the
patients,
dispatch?
So that's our control center.
The people receiving the calls.
Yes, because every ambulance that you see moving around, we just don't move. We take directive from
the dispatch.
Yes, so it's just a system that is there to control the movements of the ambulance.
So what do? They call the
receiving facility to confirm if they are expecting that particular patient. So then dispatch will now look at an ambulance that is close to Asukwa Government Hospital and then dispatch the ambulance to go to Asukwa to go and pick the patient after all the necessary arrangements have been made. So when we get to Asukwa Government Hospital, we go and locate our patients. We'll do our assessments. That is, you check your vitals. You cross-check it with the referral letter that has been given to you. So after assessing your patient is good, is okay to be transported. We load the patient onto the stretcher and then onto the ambulance. So whilst we are transporting our patients, we try as much as possible to reassure our patients and then reassure the patient relative that is in the patient's compartment with us. And then we continue with our ongoing assessment of the patients, monitoring our vitals as and when required, depending on if our patient is stable or is not stable. And then we try as much as possible to correct any abnormal vital signs that we may come across during the monitoring of our vital signs whilst en route. And then we get to the receiving facility. We hand over our patient, move back to base.
Amongst the information you inquire or you ask of the facility you're taking the person to, do you ask them if there are beds available?
Yes. Dispatch will ask. At times when they ask, they tell you, bring the patient. You may have to come and wait. At times they tell you, don't bring the patient. Let the patient still be at the referring facility.
Okay.
So when they give you the option that, you can come and wait for some time, or you can come, there is bed, you move. But whenever they tell you that, there is no bed available, let the patient still be at the referring facility. Dispatch is not going to dispatch any ambulance to go.
So how come practically one person will be moved from one hospital to the other? Because I'm imagining if all of this coordination had happened, then there shouldn't be that situation. When you move, you should move straight. And then why is it that sometimes, you've done all of these pre-arrangement, but they take someone to a hospital A and they are told that, they had no bed, go. Then they go. Then
when I'm talking about referring between one particular hospital and then another facility. Our core mandate, that is the pre-hospital aspect of it, is, let's say, when there is an RTA by the roadside.
RTA is what?
Road traffic accident. Let's say they knock down. For that patient, you are not. It's not a hospital that is referring the case.
So you are just individuals who have called for you to intervene.
Okay. So when
you are now scanning.
So that one, you just have to look for a hospital that they can get a definitive care for your patient, where you know that the patient is going to get the appropriate care that is needed. You see that one, because it is out of hospital setting, you now have to look at, looking at this condition, the condition of my patient, I think sending the person to Konfanochi is better. I think sending the person to Asukwa Hospital is better. Or I think sending the person to South and Kumasi South is better. You understand? Because that one is not there is no arrangement between a facility and another facility.
But wouldn't dispatch intervene to say, okay, my people are on this route going to pick this person? These are the closest hospitals around. So why do I not engage with them to see which one immediately can find me space so that these people can transport the person?
Most of the times, those arrangements are done. You call because you can't move the ambulance without informing dispatch. So you just thought this is the case that I'm referring. And then dispatch would look, at times we even go to the extent of reaching out to doctors personally to let them know that we are bringing in this particular patient. They give us the go ahead. I think we in Ashanti region, we don't really have issues when it comes to like
rejecting I'm told that from one because I've spoken to authorities at CAT who say they have a policy that they don't turn patients away
from the house. We don't really have that issues because we communicate with dispatch, and then dispatch also do the necessary communication. Let us know the facility that we can send the patient.
I received a lot of messages on Facebook and I guess on WhatsApp as well. I'll read them for you. But let me go to Dudut. Because yesterday I heard from Professor Titus Bay where he said the service you operate or you provide is scoop and run. As a mufaya run, then you take this. If the person needs maybe pre-trauma kind of assistance, maybe something to sustain him, something to ensure that he's sustained for a period of time, you guys by the code or by whatever policy you're working with are unable to do so. Is that correct?
It's not correct. It's absolutely.
So what he said was a lie.
It's not correct.
What he said was not true.
It's not true. It's not correct. I can't say it's a lie, but it's not correct. Alpha, you can see, I have a handbook here.
Pre-hospital treatment protocols.
Yes.
Emergency medical services.
So this is a protocol that we run with. Right. So when you get to the emergency settings, we have levels. Just like, or let's say in medicine, there are levels of care. Even if you get to Ghana Health Service, you have primary care, secondary care, and tertiary care. What Confonache can do, what the district hospitals cannot do, health centers cannot, cheap compounds cannot do. The same setting also is embedded in our pre-hospital care. We have 3 categories of emergency medical providers. We have the emergency medical technician, B, basic. We have the emergency medical technologist, advanced. And we have the paramedic, right? So the emergency medical technician basic, they're supposed to provide basic emergency care. Even with them, they just don't do scoop and run. Because if you pick somebody and the person is having airway obstruction, airway simply means the way we breathe in and out, right? If there's obstruction, the air passes through our mouth and nose into our lungs, into our body, right? Just literally, for us to get the oxygen to be able to survive. So if there's something blocking the passage, there's a way the person can correct it. There are maneuvers, right? And the basics can even do those maneuvers. So it's just not.
So the least trained person can do
those maneuvers. Yes. And there are a whole lot of things, Alpha, that is embedded in this book. And
but what determines what category of your
category of care
will be deployed?
Yes. So what happens is that we have more of the basic emergency medical technicians in the system, as compared to the advanced. The advanced, myself and her, we are advanced.
Oh, so you guys are senior people.
Yes. So we go beyond just giving the basic care, right? And to the extent that we can give IV fluid resuscitation, we can go to the extent of even intubating patients when there's a need. We can give some other emergency medications when there's a need. We give advanced life support.
So it's not just transportation.
It's not
because
just transportation.
I had thought if it's just scoop and run, then you're not different from taxis.
No.
Because then taxis
exactly.
they
so
just pick and take.
run. We even have oxygen in the ambulance.
You do have oxygen in the ambulance.
Oxygen in the ambulance. That's a basic thing. Every ambulance have oxygen in it. That's a basic thing. So you can't say we just scoop and run. Right. So
are you able to check the vitals of people in the ambulance?
I don't know, Alpha. I don't know if you've seen inside our ambulance before.
I
The ambulance is well equipped. We have everything.
There are a lot of things you have to let me see.
I'm telling you. Alpha, we have things. Even we have infusion pump. We have cardiac monitor. We have ventilator. When you intubate somebody, you can put the ventilator on the person for the machine to breathe for the person.
Are you sure? It's like because
Alpha, you see, the thing is that even there, apart from the emergency physicians, that is what I'm talking about. There are categories of doctors. Apart from the emergency physicians and then emergency nurses, there are medical doctors who have worked for 40 years and they don't know anything about the ambulance service. There are nurses who have worked in the hospital they don't know anything. They just think that the ambulance, they call us ambulance drivers. And that to us is like the biggest insult you can give to us. Calling an EMT an ambulance driver is not right. We are not ambulance drivers. We are professionals who are trained to manage pre-hospital emergency services. Right? What we can do is not what people think. Right? These doctors and emergency physicians, they are part of our training, and they know what we can do. I have a lot of doctors, what's the name, at Confonoche. They are part of our training, right? They know our capability, they know what we can do, and they know what we cannot do. But the thing is that you don't go beyond your scope of practice. That will be termed as what's the
usurping the powers of.
We have a term.
Technical term for that.
We refer to. You can't go beyond your scope of practice because you can be charged for that.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
let me read some messages and then we'll wrap up, and then hopefully if there's time we'll open the phone lines for others to also join the conversation. We are live on YouTube, we are live on Facebook, so you can join the conversation there. Now Rebecca Sewa said, I think she's greeting someone there. Apia Kubi Frank said, Alpha, can I have your offline number just to disclose some issues going on at ECG? Okay, this is ECG matter. We'll deal with that later. This one said, good morning. Please, I want to ask, why are they complaining? Oh, this one is the ECG matter. Oh, okay. It's like, I want to get the ambulance people. Good morning, Alpha. Hope all is well. For the ambulance people, dear, imagine what he said. I will praise them every day, anytime. They are working and casa, but their efforts are not much recognized. May God help them all.
Thank
you.
So
that's somebody who is very proud of the work you're doing. This one says, good morning, Alpha. For the ambulance people, okay, I'll praise them every day. Yeah, okay. Mansurat is really helping the people of Ofinsu Municipal. That's according to Range 1. Hey, they say you are not a small person at Ofinsu. you're a powerful person there. Okay, so you can keep your messages coming through, and we'll definitely read them for you. The lady called Mansurat attended to my wife after she was knocked down by a car at Abofo Forest. She came with her team and transported us to St. Patrick's Hospital. Later, my wife was referred to Cath, and the same team transported us there. We arrived around 1 p.m., but we got a bed the following day at about 9 p.m. Mansurat was still there with us throughout that period. She later handed my wife over to the team at Cath. Please thank her for me. I never knew she was a senior officer. I am Abuaje from Ofinsu. Okay, Abuaje, thank you very much for joining us this morning. This one says that help me say good morning to Dude. He's doing an amazing job. Alpha, just spend some time and go to Cath and see how the people are trying to save lives. Just that the system has a way of frustrating you in this country. This one said, good morning, watching you live from Efidiase. Kudos to Officer Dut. That's what he said. God bless you, senior man, for clarifying the air. Alpha, if you have WhatsApp number, give it to me. I will send you inside of the ambulance. Emmanuel sent us this one from Kumawo. Okay, you can send it on 059 3932 This one said, this one from Nyonyo Kuwaku Kalenu said, I think Officer Dut was referring to medical legal issues.
Yeah.
Charlie, this weird. How can I? Charlie, I'm fasting, oh, bro. You have to exercise some patience for me this morning. English is beating me. So you can keep your messages coming through. Yeah, stop that. You can keep your messages coming through on 059 3932 993. Want to say something?
I want to go back to the issue that the MP made in the floor of the Parliament. In fact, it's something that really is worrying, right? When people in places like that make such statements.
It is a very experienced medical doctor,
yes.
Dr. Titus Bay. He's a former secretary for GMA, Ghana Medical Association.
So if you make such statement, you like pull down the morale of the gallant men and women who are working.
But maybe he did that to reveal to us the problems you're going
through.
through.
He used a certain word.
What did he?
Common IV access. With the ambulance.
Oh, you guys were you were pained by that.
Oh, Alfa,
you were very disappointed.
Alfa, you see, I can't count the number of lines. Even newborn babies, right? I've set lines for a baby who is born today. I've set lines for them before, right? And you are in the floor of Parliament painting a picture to the whole country that the ambulance service cannot even set a line. You see, it tells the public. Are
you demoralized?
Yes, we are highly, not just demoralized, but highly what? Because he has pulled down our morale. The kind of encouragement we go, we work in the sun, we work in the rain, in the bad weather, in terrains that are not conducive and comfortable, right? And if such a person of a high status in the country, a member of Parliament for that matter, tell the whole country that we cannot set IV, Abba. It's something that really killed our morale. It has brought us. It's like we don't. I mean, if
you are good for nothing.
Yes, right. He said some right things, but that statement alone, like, has. Yes, the fact that we need retooling
does not mean you should.
It doesn't mean we cannot do anything. Alpha, you see, when in this country, when issues come up, people try to kind of shift blame, right, to others who necessarily are not. Our people picked this patient, moved to three major
hospitals.
Major, not for them. They're even lucky.
If it were to Kolebu,
yes.
And I forgot the
37 or police. I don't know.
Yes, these are big hospitals. Yes, they are of class A hospitals.
Yes, for Accra, they're even lucky. Asante region, we just have only one. Would have been stuck in Kofonoche. Probably would have, found a way to work this out, right? But when you get to emergency care, trauma care, there are instances you don't even need to give the person what infusion. If the person is having severe head injury and you are giving the person IV lines, you are even worsening of the condition. Right? So you pick the patient and your assessment determines what you need to do. You can't just pick the patient and start intervention without assessment.
Interesting. Let me pick a few calls here. Just about 4. Maybe some people have questions. 0541 022 318. 0541 022 318. This was supposed to have been an hour conversation, but for some reason we couldn't start on time. So that's why we will have to now pick the calls, and then I'll let the officers answer some of your questions if they are questions. We'll also respond to some of the statements. Good morning.
Good morning, Alfa.
Eja.
Yes,
do you have question for my friends?
Alfa.
Yes.
For me, this what we call it, Nobel syndrome, must stop. because I don't know how much one sick bed costs. You see, the Minister of Transport can even order up a fleet of buses, and they pay for it. Now, just recently, Cocoa they paid about 150 vehicles. How much does one sick bed cost?
I think it's not just about the beds, the spaces as well, and some other matters. Sometimes not just the bed, spaces to fit in these beds is also a problem. Mm-hmm.
Okay, my question is, all the doctors complain that the rate of accident victims that are rushed in daily overstresses them.
Mm-hmm.
So is it lack of doctors, personnel, emergency personnel, or lack of limited emergency unit or emergency blocks that makes the doctors so stressful? Why can't they employ more doctors and extend the emergency unit? So I'm asking, is it why is the cause?
Okay, I don't know if it's within their purview though, but I'm sure they are noting it down as and when the time is due. They'll try and provide some answers. Let me go on to the telephone line again. Good morning.
Good morning, Alfa.
Yes, Bedu. Yes, talk to me, sir.
You see, yesterday I asked a question. In fact, it was a rhetorical question. That how come is it that they could not treat this particular man, that engineer, on the ambulance? Because I know a kind of equipment that they have in an ambulance, every ambulance supposed to have. He could have been treated, would have been given an emergency treatment on board. Because I know that the ambulance personnel, the paramedics, are capable of giving that medical, that particular moment, an assistance. So how can it be that he was not given? And you see, this person was driven to one hospital to other. So the question is that, and I think the case in your studio said that in the traffic accident emergency, there is a certain way. Is it that those in Accra, they said, we in Kumasi, we are doing better because you don't hear some of these cases. Is it that those in Accra did not do a good job, that they have to, come hospital to another, one hospital to another, until this person lost his breath? So if that is so, then it is an Accra who are not doing a good job, because you call the ambulance line and they're supposed to look for a hospital that is nearby that can accept that patient. So is it that those in Accra did not do all that this particular ambulance did not go, those on board did not do a good job, or the call center that did not do a good job? Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Badu, for joining us this morning with your submission as well. You can also join the conversation on 0541 022318. And if you have questions, or if you have a question, let us hear the question, and hopefully we'll provide an answer to you. Good morning.
Good morning, Alfa.
Yes, Obapa, me too.
Obapa. Me pacho di kaino. Alfa, ebeda wasi. Ni aka se onyankopon nko so anu nhira no nya okese.
Amen.
Me pacho. Mpenyefo a no omote wo no. Titiri ntia no nkoma mansura ne mpenyefo nyina. Nipa ya de a wasa yi. Ambulance. Omo ya edwuma kama pa. Na otubu se ebi abaku mienu bi a omudem no na ebi adwuma no omunye ne yie na mebusa se o se minister no ejina parliament e ka se omo amo ya adwuma wo ambulance service no lai kro mu ntimi set do mo di sokura sinipa so ma won se oyi ano nso na mebusa se eye no kore pa ana se omo amoti we nanim se de si set line no e di nsuo sinipa so ansa na de nadru hospital ho na me se busa question to so mienu se esa omo lie wo emergency ho no na dia na omo ho eye wo mo feel sen aye ti bi sa ambulance be nice num no mo sa lie no do yare ne dem ne abia gate na to ho no mo so no mo tin pentin kwa no mo koba mo so dia na ya no mo feel wo mo ho e bi se no ya na ha dwen papa.
Thank you very much for your question. The number to call me on is 0541 022318. Let's see if we can speak to another person here. Good morning.
Good morning, Alpha.
Yes, Kobe, talk to me.
Alpha, the reason we saw say, so say be found near the Oqua, a critical pa. So I didn't think I am per doctor being come, said doctor, said a bit my boy. He said, well, Cafe, train or more firm, it train you more as a doctor. Oh, or multi but sometimes, ambulance ba yintimi nya sa treatment no di nipa ni beduru ona chese eno anu no na afi susu no se nipa no beduru ho no aba no yesimpan ho ko debi waso mutimi hwe ohu nanka first aid bi kula na yitimi ma cover kakra ansa ne ya transfer ohu intimi yesro mo omunhwe no omunya sa ne ma we mai na afi susu yenya nkura wo Ghana mu adwuma omoye no important work. Not an normal number will be no offer. Baby, because Ebiana a being here pa ni obi pa fre. No woman say do rough. Omoma, yes, Ragana for Munyas Adeno, because a good yen or moody any pa head and no more yo. Munjas uncle Munyam.
Mati, call us no dear, McCram and Jassy, but Wendy. Let's answer some of the questions that have come through, and then we'll wrap up this morning on this conversation. So, who will take the? Okay, let me give you the first one.
About the doctors.
We haven't doctors. Or the question, whichever one you want to.
So, what I think why EMTs didn't treat the Accra patient.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think let me pick that one. I think
I'm sure you noted the questions.
Yes.
Me, I didn't. So
yeah. So the first caller said why they know that there are gadgets in the ambulance, but why is that the EMTs couldn't treat the patient? Yeah. So when I was talking at the initial stage, I made mention that we have scope of what practice. You can treat to a certain level. Okay. When the person is having internal bleeding, you can't do anything about it as an EMT. Okay. So
beyond your capacity.
The person is bleeding inside. So they need to probably open the person up to control the
surgery or
bleeding. So what can you do in the ambulance? It was incumbent on the hospitals to have at least look at the patient.
They should have at least
the first patient, the first hospital they got through, they should have come to even look at the patient in the ambulance and see if there's any intervention they can give. They ask maybe there's no bed, can you go to different place? The second hospital should have done the same thing. At least have a look at the patient and see what you can do to this patient. Okay, so before because there are certain things you can't do it at the emergency pre-hospital setting. Alpha, let me clarify this as well. You know, the EMS system, we have two levels. We have the stay and play, and then the scoop and run. Okay, that is what the doctor, the MP use. The scoop and run is a model, right? It's a model. It doesn't mean that when you pick the patient now,
you run with him.
We have the stay and play is an EMS system that we have doctors and nurses on board the ambulance.
So
that one, they use ambulances like ICUs. The ambulances have
it's like walk-in hospital,
yes. So they can even
clinic
do
or something.
Operation on the scene.
But we don't do that in Ghana.
We don't do that.
We are not that advanced.
In our case, even we don't even have enough doctors in the hospitals. How much more getting them to the pre-hospital level, right? So we practice the scoop and run is a model that says that when you get to the scene, do what you're supposed to do to preserve the person's life and move the person as fast as you can.
But scoop and run doesn't mean you can't do
exactly.
anything.
Okay. So that is the misconception that they use, but that's not the case. It's saying that when you get to the scene, the life-threatening issues, the person is bleeding. Stop the bleeding.
Okay, maybe the person needs oxygen.
Breathe. Stop. Open the airway. The person needs oxygen. Give the person oxygen. The person needs IV.
So you are able to do this whilst the car is moving?
Alpha, I'm telling you, if I put you in the ambulance now, I can set line when the ambulance is moving. Yes, that is what we are trained to do.
Okay, I see.
Right. So it doesn't mean that the scoop and run is just that you come and carry the patient into the ambulance and just start going without doing anything. We have on-scene care, we have en-route care. On-scene care is what we do at the scene. En-route care is what we do when the ambulance is moving.
Okay, now at the hospital, I think I've asked this question, but it's important that I ask again. When you send a person to say Kath, Konfanochi, and you'll have to wait for a day or 8 hours or so, what do you do?
Yeah, so those are the stable patients. Some those who are normally who are referred from one facility to another. When the patient are critical patient, maybe they need to go to red. There are instances we even leave our trolley at the red. If the patient is a red patient, they move the patient with our trolley to red.
So that the person will be taken care of.
The patient will be taken
red
care of.
Means it's critical.
It's critical. So that means that patient needs immediate attention. Mostly those that will stay over number
maybe
of hours are
green or orange.
Yes, they are orange or yellow patients.
Yellow, okay.
Yes, so those patients are patients who are referred from one. So there are at times the patient needs oxygen, and you get there and they say, oh, our pots are full. You know, they have in the hospital, they have the oxygen pot on the wall. They said it's full, so the patient needs oxygen. When you bring the patient out of the ambulance, the patient will not get oxygen.
Okay.
So you have to keep the patient in the ambulance and keep on giving oxygen. And our oxygen source in the ambulance is also limited. There are times we have to bring additional oxygen to them at Konfanochi to be able to continue giving them oxygen.
Okay.
Yes.
Mazura, take some of the questions for me, and then we'll bring the conversation to an end.
I think my boss has already answered the parts
I
where
think
they
Obapa asked about can all EMT set lines.
Yeah. Okay, not all
Maybe she's asking whether maybe you guys, because you are senior, but other people are there. Maybe a lot of them are unable to do it.
You know, my boss was telling you we have 3 levels when it comes to EMS. We have the basic EMTs. They have their own scope of practice, whereby they are not allowed to set lines per their scope of practice. But for we advanced EMTs, we give advanced life support, which include IV cannulation, intubation, administration of some emergency medications. So the problem is that we don't have a lot of advanced EMTs in the National Ambulance Service. That is also another problem.
That's another challenge.
That's another challenge. So ideally, if every crew, we run 3 crew system, if every crew is able to have one advanced EMT on board every time, then that means like you are secured. The IV lines can be set, advanced airway can be done, and then
but why can't we have these people with the skill set?
That's why we are advocating.
Alpha, you see, the ambulance service, though we are just 22 years. 22 years is not just. But you see, we have our other colleagues that normally they come from US, Canada to do training for us. What sometimes they tell us is that the speed at which ambulance service in Ghana is going, they didn't even get it that way. Where we are today, they tell us that they use over 40 years to get there. So we cannot get everything at a go. But we started ambulance with just basic EMTs. Now we have advanced EMTs. At least each station has at least one.
But at least, based on what she said, it's possible that because you have a lot more of the personnel who are not senior and unable to perform certain tasks, if you have a lot of them in an ambulance at a point in time to a place where somebody needs these kinds of services, they will not be able to do it.
Exactly.
Correct?
That is true. That is true. And they will not be allowed to do it because it is out of their scope.
But you will agree that if that is so, then it means that there's the possibility of the person's situation worsening as a result of the unavailability of those with the skill sets to do that.
It's a possibility.
Okay.
But Alpha, the fact that it's a possibility doesn't mean that people should reject patient, especially pure hospital setting patient.
Okay.
Immediately you get to the hospital, make sure that you at least check. So the first hospital, if our people could not set line, the first hospital could have set line on this patient and ask them to continue. Why didn't they do that?
Okay. There are a lot of messages on the Facebook. Okay. This one said they should go to various media houses to educate people so that we will understand what their job is all about. Okay, that's something that he's telling you guys to do. This one says that okay, there are a lot of NAS is doing well and needs appraisals demonize or demoralize. Is there a word like that? Okay, demoralize the service. Okay, that's what he's saying. This one says Alfa and team from one of their stations in Kumasi naming Shaiso ambulance delivered my wife in the ambulance before we reach Konfanochi. May God bless Abuaje and his team. I don't know if you know that.
Yeah.
Okay. A number of messages are coming. It looks as if a lot of the messages are praising your work so far. So it means that you're doing something good. But of course, as they say, there's always room for improvement. Let me take your final words before we end the conversation. Let me start from Mansurat, and then the boss will climax everything because it's in unit very So Mansurat, your final words.
All right, so mine is still going to be on public cooperation. It is very, very critical.
Public what?
Cooperation. Like the public should kindly cooperate with us. Like they should only use our service for only genuine reasons. They should stop calling when they don't need our services. And then I also want to plead with our drivers, our other road users, that they should try as much as possible to give us.
That is another problem.
Yes. Whether at times they feel like, oh, maybe we are not going for an immediate. It's when you hear the siren. It's on my when they hear the siren, they should please give us way. They don't worry about whatever we are.
But maybe you two should try and come together to put pressure on the authorities to stop other people from using the sirens. Because like these days, almost everybody is using the siren. So some of the drivers, they think, oh, go for it, they won't even look. They will just, so it's important so that we restrict it to just ambulance services, maybe fire service, police, and you guys.
Yes, they should look.
Okay.
If it is the other ones that
then they pave way for you guys.
When this is an ambulance, it should please. It could be your wife. It could be
your
mother.
Right.
It could be a relative. So that is just my thing.
Dudes, your final words.
Yeah. So Alfa, thank you once again for the opportunity. I think as I said earlier, I agree with some of the things that the MP said, especially the retooling, right? The ambulance service, we need retooling. He also talked about training. Yes, we need to train more of the advanced caregivers. Okay, so that at least we know that we have, in every crew, we have one advanced caregiver.
Okay.
And the other thing is that they shouldn't always wait until there are issues before they come up. They should try and give us what we need to.
Okay.
The fact of the matter is actually that when you are even a caregiver, and then you don't have what you need to give the care. There are a lot of doctors who complain that we are in a hospital, there's no this, there's no this. Yeah. We cannot perform what we are supposed to perform.
You're right.
So they should,
help you make these things available.
Make these things available.
Okay.
And then the last thing I want to talk about is this SARI issue. You know, our LI is not passed yet. So it's the LI that will give us the authority to stop people from abusing the SARIs. Okay, we have this, what is emergency about dead body? You have every Friday, Saturday, you see this hearse, with sarin all over the place. Yeah. Anybody who gets money to buy V8, they go and put sarin on it.
Charlie.
It's something that is worrying us.
Let's leave it there. Hopefully we'll meet another time. Thank you very much. That's you heard from DCAEMT Melon Somek Dut, is the regional manager for National Ambulance Service, Ashanti region. He was here with SAEMT Mansurat Abdul Ganiush. Is the PRO for the National Ambulance Service here in the Ashanti region. We'll take some message when we return. We'll do politics. Stay with us.
We are not.
Lita, mframa ebuama ubia untimi hume no utimi hume we nejuma no we nyama bebre wo ambulance no a yesu we cardiac monitor sa monitor we no se yedisi so a se de wakoma esi bofa se de wo humie tie de koso wo nipadua no nyina yehu ewa ha ambulance no na mene mo koto we are muhu say me kata so your friend no fetal monitor. A fetal monitor no say it's normally used for pregnant women. It helps us to know how the fetus is doing in the womb. We who said the abafrana or one mami no so what I say, so we have a lot of things in the ambulance you use we see color cervical color yɛwɔ no nyinaa sizes ɛwɔ ambulance no mu a yɛuse nti ambulance no yɛwɔ mo te aseɛ sɛ ɛyɛ hospital so sɛ woyɛ EMT you have to know all this. That is why you're training nature. We and Emma yes and no. We want you to help educate others. Say omo use hairs no. Omo boss arena na omo di ambulance personnel at no. We are different. Say the medical day hairs ni muchiremo no. More hairs na more ambulance ni. There are two different things. We don't do the same thing. You understand? We don't do the same thing. We are different. We are trained to save lives, and saving life is our number one priority. When I may can be where oxygen are made, Messi my oxygen, maybe oxygen, what's in Cabaonim said it. Me beers are more a high air oxygen cylinders.
So 23 minutes
oxygen, my free and
let's continue with that
oxygen cylinders. And you know, you're connected at the
MPP constituency.
Oxygen
secretary for
you are good to go.
Always take care of you, and then
Charlie, ambulance
team. They're here with us to talk about a number of issues. And issues to do with no bed syndrome and complaints on social media about increasing cost of electricity. Kofi, this morning let me start with you. Have you seen the complaints on social media? They say you guys, the power, the cost of electricity. What is happening? Talk to me in the next 10 minutes. What do you think about this matter?
So we are far behind time, but let me quickly just say good morning to you and the team and our cherished listeners, and good morning to my brother. Last week he was not here. I think he's now the campaign manager for Dr. Bawumia. I wish him well.
Want to me.
Want to me.
Well,
we are done with Dr. Bawumia, so Chama want to me.
So Alpha is so worrying, but let me start by saying that leadership, I mean the government acknowledges the concerns of consumers of electricity, and it is the reason why the minister has moved quickly to act decisively on that issue. You see, when people work hard to earn their money and they invest in other essential services like electricity, it is only fair that they demand accountability when they see that they are not getting what they are paying for. So that is the reason why the minister has moved quickly to order an investigation. He has since ordered ECG to investigate the concerns, and whatever that the issue is will be corrected. When I was listening to the concerns, and the problems are very enormous and legitimate, I must admit. And I can only say that I'll have to plead with them. The minister has acted. That is leadership. Investigations will be done, and then what is needed to be corrected will be corrected. The billing issues is some way, especially to those using the prepaid. The complaints are that some people buy it, and then the estimated number of days that is supposed to take them through, it doesn't, it doesn't last. So
especially the new ones.
Yes.
If your credit is at a certain level, they way to make noise.
You see, so that is that is a very. It's
everybody will know that.
So it's a major issue that that needs to be addressed. But let me say something.
What would you want to say?
Our colleagues from the other side. I didn't want to turn this into a political thing, but since the development, and you go through social media and other personal interactions, you see they are trying to score political points out of it, which shouldn't be so. This is a national concern, and these are consumers that we are talking about. At any point in time,
you didn't do so when you were in opposition, right?
The situation is different. You see, at any point in time, we must place the interest of the consumer above our own parochial, political interests. You see, let's put it in proper perspective. The ECG, or let me say the power generation is operated within a particular framework, which is under the supervision of PURC, Public Utilities Regulatory Commission. So And I'm saying this because I still see complaints of high tariffs and other things, and what have you. So people don't get up, or authorities don't just wake up from bed and arbitrarily decide to impose, taxes or tariffs on citizens. That is not the case. Tariffs are imposed on people, and it is driven by certain factors. Number one, exchange rate. Number two, I beg you have your time. Let me.
Please talk to me. I have not even invited. Don't mind him. You're on the floor.
Yes.
His mic is even off.
Cost of power generation, and the other time that we met here, I stated it clearly here. Cost of power generation, and fuel, cost of fuel. Mm-hmm. Okay, so these things are factored in when you are deciding tariffs. So it is not the case that a political party or the NDC government wakes up and feel like, what do you gain from it? And feel like we promise, comfort. So you don't just, there is no way that we will just wake up and decide to burden the consumer. Okay. So these things are, the tariffs,
there may be some problems,
are driven by certain factors. But the prepaid issue, like I said,
they could be technical.
Yeah, it could be technical because looking at the complaints, it's so serious. Okay. So the minister has since ordered the probe. So we wait for the outcome. Okay. And I believe vehemently that whatever that, if people are behind it, they'll be brought to light. But the issue of the tariffs, these are the things that are factored in. Okay. And what did we get from them? We are talking about management. We took over legacy debts and other things. So all those things have to be factored in when you are, when you are dealing with the power generation and other things. So
Jones,
in a nutshell, I would just say that our people should bear with us.
You are finished. Keep quiet. You are finished.
Jones, good morning.
Good morning, Alfa.
How are you? Are trending, Bound.
Don't mind.
Have you seen the videos of Kevin Taylor responding to something you said on this?
As for that guy, he's only used to insults. Oh. That's not our style. So.
Were you sad? Where people,
I felt bad, but it's not my. As a politician,
you have to be ready for something.
Yeah, you should be ready for.
But did you expect the video to trend like it did?
No, I didn't. I didn't.
You thought it was normal comment?
Yeah, it was, but it wasn't a bad comment.
Yeah. You still stand by it?
I will repeat it because all the interchanges that we have in Ashanti region, were done by the MPP government.
Okay.
We move ahead to do the Pokuasi interchange.
Pokuasi in Accra?
Yes. There was no problem. We paid everything.
Okay.
Now, in Ashanti region, we started a 4-tier interchange in Ashanti region, Swami. And the NDC is coming to tell us that they are going to reduce it to a 2-tier interchange. What we are saying is that when we get a chance to come back again, and they've done the 2-tier interchange, we will dismantle it and make it a 4-tier interchange.
But briefly, what do you want to say to Kevin Taylor?
Oh, I leave him to God. But this man has insulted everybody, including Asante Hene. So if such a person has insulted Asante Hene, Kevin Taylor, and he insults me, what is the big deal? There's no big deal with that.
Let's come to the issue on the table. They say you guys are happy because people are complaining about the cost of electricity.
No, nobody will be happy with this because it affects me.
You're experiencing it?
Yes, I'm experiencing it.
Okay.
I buy prepaid, and before you realize it is finished, then you have no option than to go and buy another again. So we are all experiencing the challenge of this NDC government. My brother was indicating that we don't have to do politics with this. I thank God that he's saying that we shouldn't be doing politics with it. But he ended up saying that we left a legacy debt. That is why they find themselves in this condition. My brother, to the extent that he said that cost of fuel has implication on tariffs. I thought they said that the price of fuel is down. So if price of fuel is down, what should you expect? It means the tariffs should also go down. But we don't see it in that way. So it's up to them to find something better to tell us. But let's do some comparisons. You see, Alpha, I told you earlier that now when you are running a government, the reality dawns on you after 1 year. You continue with the strategies that were started by the foundation by your predecessor. So your governance will be judged when you are in your after 1 year. That's where people will begin to see whether you are performing or not. So their first 1 year, they were touting themselves as a government that is good, by Papa, as it were. Now 1 year is gone, and the issues are coming one after the other. Electricity. The new patriotic party has had a chance to run this country for 8 years. And our first year in government, first 4 years in government, we did so well that 2017, electricity tariffs were, when we were in government, 2017, there was no increase.
Okay.
2018, it increased by 17.5%. 2019, we reduced it. We reduced it by 17.446.
Okay.
2020, there was no increase. So the first 4 years of the NPP government, if you compare, it means there was no increase in electricity tariff for 4 good years. Now, the NDC has experienced its first year in government. Now they are moving into their second year. Now their first year in government, that is 2025, they increased electricity tariff by 18.34% in total. 2026, they have started the year with another increase in 9.86%. Abai Papa no. The NPP government, that was bad. There was no increase in electricity tariff. Abai Papa 18.34 plus 9.86 just in February. It tells you that by April thereabout, they are going to increase it again because they are going to do this quarterly. NDC government, a government that is touting itself that they've done a lot. How come that every day they increase electricity tariffs? Apart from that, water too is also having its challenges. And we are faced with a challenge of overbilling. You buy credit, it gets finished. And now people begin to experience that no, the meters are not being used well.
Something it could be a technical challenge.
So what is causing that? Abai Papa, a good government in place. Now, when NPP was in power, were you experiencing these things? Even under COVID, we were reducing the cost of electricity. It was free at a point in time. We were able to manage in such a way that everything was okay. Now,
free
let's
for some users.
For some users. Let's assume that everything is okay with the billing and the cost. Let's assume that after all, we are all paying for now, though we are crying. Now look at the power that we are using in our homes. Do you get consistent power in your homes?
These days, we've been told that they are embarking on some repair work.
There are power fluctuations left, right, and center every day. And you see, these people came out to tell us that because some people are buying new gadgets, that is why the power is now fluctuating.
When did they say that?
Oh, the ECG spokesperson. I've forgotten the name.
ECG spokesperson?
Yes.
National?
Yes. It's on social media.
He said it's because people are buying new gadgets.
New gadgets.
I have not seen
so
that.
I said, my word. Then it means these people, they have no vision. The population is increasing. You should plan for the future. Because we're going to buy more gadgets, we're going to build more houses, and a government should put measures in place to make sure that all these challenges are met. You should look into the future and deal with all these challenges. But you see, I always say that the NDC is not prepared for this governance. Now, when you are in power, what you do is that you look for alternative way of getting more power. I was expecting my brothers in NDC to be a bit smarter. Dr. Bawumia showed us the way. In his manifesto, he said that he's going to move towards the direction of solar. The NPP has done it before. If you go to Bui, there are solar panels in Bui, and it's giving about 5-point-something megawatts of power. Dr. Bawumia says he's going to expand it to make sure that we divert our way of getting power from solar. NDC is in government for more than 1 year. You know that solar is a cheap means of getting power. They are adamant.
Okay.
They are not doing anything about that. So what we are saying that this government lacks the credibility to lead the people of Ghana. Okay. And I can say that is what we are seeing today.
Okay.
And the years ahead of us are going to be worse. Thank you.
Thank you very much for joining us this morning. We are still streaming live on Facebook, Orange 107.9. You can also watch us live on YouTube. That is Orange 107.9 FM. You can join the conversation there, and we'll definitely read your messages for you. I'm going to read some messages that have come through, and then I'll go to Jones to take his thoughts on the issues to do with no bed syndrome and Chairman Wuntumi, if we have time. Now, this one says that, good morning, Alpha. It looks as if, interestingly, the MPP have now begun to get something to talk about. First, it was cocoa. Now it is cost of electricity and some pockets of Dumso. Please, we are begging the NDC. They shouldn't give these people the space to do what they know how to do best. Opposition criticism there. MPP Bekun. I don't know what you mean. Okay. So he's begging the NDC, please don't give them space. If not, they'll finish you. Okay. Your party people are listening. I'm sure they will do the needful. This one says, Alpha, good morning. Listening to Kofi this morning, it looks as if Kofi is very calm. He knows that the problems are beginning to become overwhelming. Please ask him for me. Is he overwhelmed? He should relax. This is just February. By the month of November, dear, NDC are good. I don't know why people this morning are using my contributors. No matter they should. Let me read Yaukenu's. Didn't Yaukenu send me a message? Well, let me check. Please, you can send the messages on 05939329993. I'll read everything for you if you do send them. Okay. Jones.
Yes, sir.
We have 10 minutes to go.
Yeah. So
people are surprised though that of all the people that you can support for them to become the national chairman of the MPP, you've chosen to support Chairman Wuntumi. Some feel that at this stage of your political party, you don't need a personality like Chairman Wuntumi. Some say his personal branding and looking at where you want to get into. The fact that you feel you've lost the quote-unquote intelligentsia. The fact that you feel you've lost the academia. You've lost the neutrals. You've lost the floating voters. You need a chairman that will attract these people, not necessarily your base, because they feel Wuntumi will attract the base. But you need these people to win power. And so why is it like there's now some clamor? And even Dr. Muhammad Bawumia has had cause to describe him as the incoming.
Yeah.
So spend some minutes on that and then talk to me about no bets. But if you want to spend everything on, that's fine. So
okay. Let me deal with Chairman Wuntumi's issue first. Then I deal with the no bed syndrome. Alpha, what we need is power. you don't need any other thing apart from power. And the person who can give us power is Chairman Wontumi.
Mm-hmm.
Let me tell you something about Chairman Wontumi. You remember those days before 2016, when we were even doing registration, EC registration. A time came that Joseph Yami was in Ashanti region, telling us that some people will vote once, some will vote half, others will not vote. He had the audacity to talk anyhow in Ashanti region. We saw the need to bring Chairman Wontumi. And the issues of Joseph Yami became a thing of the past. He ran away from Ashanti region to.
But he was in the region in 2024, wasn't he?
He was. He was.
Chairman Wontumi was the region.
Yes.
I'll come to that. Came to do
I'll come to that.
And
every politician tastes power and loses power. Okay. It's normal in politics. Eshedun Ketia has tasted power before. He has lost power twice or thrice. So it's normal in politics. So Chairman Wontumi, the brand of Chairman Wontumi, what we are saying is that let's leave the English speaking to Dr. Bawumia and Co.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, because when you are going to do campaign, you don't speak English, you speak Twi. And you see the personality of Chairman Wontumi. Yeah, I went on with him to other areas. People just want to associate themselves with Chairman Wontumi, and such a person can get people on board for them to listen to the message of the
Some people say
party.
they are confused that you rejected Kennedy, but you are supporting Wontumi because they feel Kennedy Wontumi are in the same category.
So no problem.
So
no,
why did you, in the case of the presidential candidate, said Kennedy was not up to standard?
No, we didn't say
but
it's
then,
not up to standard. Kennedy has a chance another time. We are comparing Kennedy and Dr. Bawumia. And the people of Ghana, the MPP voters, thought that, okay, for now, let's go for Dr. Bawumia. And after going for Dr. Bawumia, we have seen that we need the type, the radical type.
Radical type.
Radical type.
Do you think that's what you need at this point?
I'm telling you, Dr. Bawumia who doing their presentations, then they want to meet the radical type, who ginger the base to motivate the youth to rise up again to go and do the campaign. So who to me is the type who can walk from Accra to Paga to do campaign. He's so energetic, so ready to work, and I think that for now, looking at the despondency in the party, you will need the likes of Wontumi to revive the party, to bring the party back to power. Our surest bet is to win power in 2028 is Chairman Wontumi.
Why not Boakye Diako?
Now, he has his flair, he has his style. But for now, you see, as I said, something happened. This time around, we need the energetic type, who will lead the campaign for us in 2028. Let's not forget, now our current national chairman, very intelligent,
Stephen
very intelligent, very smart.
He's not very
unfortunately,
active.
because of
he's
age,
not acting.
Age and health,
he has resigned.
He has found himself in this condition. Taking the cue from that, we think that okay, Chairman Wontumi has served as 2 times constituency chairman, Bosomtwe, to be precise. He has served as the longest serving Ashanti regional chairman. So much experienced.
Some think he was not even qualified to be your party chairman in the region. Some had thought that if he had contested against Koka this time, he would have lost.
It is not true.
So for him to catapult him to national,
it is not true. Koka contested him and Koka lost. At that time, I think last 4 years, people were saying that Koka will win the election. The media was just say everywhere. But when we went for the election, the gap was wide. There's something about Wontumi that is so mysterious. Let's find it from Wontumi. Let's find from his administration as the national chairman in 2028.
Okay, you
so
are left with 2 minutes.
I'm convinced. Let's go for the Buga Buga type.
Buga type.
I'm telling you.
You need Buga Buga in the election.
We need the Buga Buga type.
As the
national chairman. We need the Buga Buga type as the national chairman. Let's leave the books and the lectures to Dr. Bawumia. And who to me is going to revive the base of the party. And inshallah, we are going to win the 2028 elections. And on the, how do you call it?
No bed.
The no best syndrome. I'm wondering why just 1 year in government, John Dramani Mama after his honeymoon, enjoying himself as the best president. Now look at where John Mama finds himself. I told you.
Why is this a John Mama?
I told that it is the same John Dramani Mama we voted in 2013, 2012. The same John Dramani Mama has resurfaced again. Initially, you were thinking that, there's a new brand of John Dramani Mahama. We are going to face the reality. Hey, no bear syndrome. Now, the painful aspect of it is that now, Akufo-Addo handed over 318 ambulances to John Dramani Mahama. Now, from the ambulance service, 127 of the ambulances have been grounded.
So you think this happened within just a year?
So when? 127 have been grounded. And John Dramani Mama is there looking on unconcerned with his health minister. And that man, I'll come to him. Apart from that, Akufo-Addo saw that, no, the hospitals are always packed. So there's a need to have hospitals at the districts and other areas, strategic hospitals. Agenda 111. John Dramani Mama didn't see any need to be so urgent in completing some of these hospitals. If these hospitals had been completed, nurses would have been recruited, and the pressure on Konfanoche 37 military hospitals and other hospitals would have been diverted to those areas.
Okay.
Now, who caused some?
Leave it.
I don't think the health minister is doing his work very well.
Okay.
And that man should have been appointed as maybe the CEO of Cocoa Board. He doesn't befit the position of a health minister. There have been a lot of challenges in the health ministry.
Thank you.
And the NDC is looking on unconcerned.
Okay, let me go to
2028 is just around the corner. When it comes to that time, let's vote for the new patriotic party with Chairman Woon to me as the national chairman.
Kofi, talk to me.
Okay, so let me start with the no bed syndrome. It's very serious and requires a national attention. And I have to begin by commending Parliament for considering it a national agency worth attention. And I've observed that both parts of the the chamber has contributed immensely to to the development in attempt to find a lasting solution to it. You see, Alpha, you see this thing, I've worked in the hospital before. I work in the hospital, and when you hear no bed syndrome, I must state emphatically that it is not a headline to some of us. It is the reality. But aside that, if time permits, I will come to your attempt to make political gain out of it. You see, we are talking about a situation that a patient is being brought to the hospital. Then he's turned away because there's no space or other things. And then you look at the patient.
Loss of patience.
I beg. And you look at the patient face and the relative, and you are struggling to answer a question why there's no space. Because when it comes to this is a matter of life and death. And this happens more often at the emergency units. You know, people who involved in RTAs, like road traffic accidents, and they are being brought there and on stretchers, and you are wondering, they are saying that, oh, we don't have space, take them to CAT. And this is a situation that you need to stabilize the patient before the patient is being transferred to other facilities for attention. So it is the reality that we live with, and then we must, as a nation, collectively work decisively to root out the problem once and for all. From where I sit, it is solvable. Yes, if there is the political... I will come there. If there is the political willingness to solve this thing. before you can solve the problem, you need to know what the problem is.
The problem is lack of beds or lack of spaces.
I beg. So when you say lack of, when you say no bed syndrome, in fact, essentially, it does not necessarily mean that there's no bed in the hospital. You can come to a hospital, you can have a ward with approximately, let's say, about 15 beds or 30 beds. 30 beds in the ward. But the staff in that ward, the staff working there, are only 8 per shift. So now a patient is being brought in a critical condition.
What is the solution?
Oh, I beg.
Please let him make his
before you can give.
Don't mind him. Talk to me.
You have to know the problem, and the problem is that someone comes. Why?
His mic, hey, Kofi, his mic is off, so to address.
So you see, so you come to the hospital with, let's say, 30 beds, but with 8 patients. So assuming that all these beds are going to be occupied with patients, you can clearly tell that the staff will not be able to attend to all of them. So the fear of admitting the patient and not being able to attend to the patient, you know, medical we have something they call medical legal issues. You have admitted the patient. That means that the person it behoves you, the staff, to take care of the person. So staff often are afraid of admitting patients and not being able to attend to them, not because of incompetence, but because, you know, you can work so hard that fatigue will set in. You can't attend to everybody. And at that moment, you know, the margin for error is always high. And you know what error can do when it comes to health issues. So they will tell you that take the person to CAT, take the person to this place, to this hospital. That is number one problem. Yes. So it does not mean that there's no bed, but because staff are not there.
Okay.
So the beds are there. That's number one problem. Another issue is that there are certain hospitals that you go that they are managing cases that the district hospitals are managing cases that are supposed to be managed by referral hospitals. And it all boils down to the fact that no equipment. And at the same time, when you turn the coin, you go to the regional hospital, and they are also managing cases that the
primary health
is supposed
issues.
to manage. So you see that the regional hospital is choked because they come to the district hospital. District hospital tells them, we don't have this equipment. I have personally, you know, we have wards that people come. We are not many. And as a rotation nurse, I am the one dragging, you know, going out, climbing the stairs to bring to take oxygens from the station. Yes, from the station to. That is why there is the need for government to prioritize recruitment. And I didn't want us to turn this into politics, because when it comes to health, there's no majority, minority, or MPP, NDC. I've listened to a particular member of parliament. He said he prepared for a studio program, and all of a sudden, I don't know what, he collapsed, and then he was taken to the hospital. He was told that there is no space. It took the wife to tell the staff that the man lying down there is an MP.
So politics intervened.
So you see, Alpha, I'm saying that the fear of admitting patients and not being able to attend to them. But in this case, they realized the person was a man of influence. It could attract some level of, you know, punishment. Yes. So that's the situation. We have to solve all these things. I should not be turned away because I am a nobody. So back to the point that facilities managing cases that are supposed to be managed by other facilities and lack of equipment, it's all part of the no bed, because they can't tell we don't have oxygen incubators, other things. They will tell you that there's no bed, and you can physically see a bed, an empty bed. I've seen it firsthand. A woman was brought, I think it was a baby, a newborn baby, and then they will be telling that we don't have incubators, but you are physically seeing that. But at that time, we were only few. I'm the one going out there to bring cylinders. The other nurse is the one attending to you can have over 20 babies, and all of them
at the same time.
At the same time, I can go to ward, or you can have a patient who comes to the ward maybe 7:30 and supposed to close 2. You'll be there.
You mean nurse?
Yes, a particular nurse. I mean, for a shift, you'll be there because you cannot go traffic. If you go the way the hospital is overwhelmed. You cannot go and leave the other colleagues, so you have to work extra. So you are working extra. Imagine you are working extra outside your shift, and I can tell that if you work outside your shift and anything happens to you, you can be held responsible. So somebody is working outside the shift and more cases are coming. The person is left with no option than to tell you that go to other facilities.
So government must recruit more nurses.
So, in fact, that's it. Government must recruit nurses.
Yeah, but
and you see,
it's your government. Tell them they will do so. They will listen to you.
That's why I'm saying it here. I can't sugarcoat the issue. And I know. In due course, that will take effect.
Okay.
And,
we have 2 minutes to close, so
yes,
use
and
that.
Another issue too. This one is even more important
than Wuntumi. Yeah.
And there's another issue too that when you come to some of the facilities, I think delayed for, in my personal observation, since this development, my observation, I've realized that delayed, discharges also cause the situation. Somebody is admitted and has been attended to, but when you are discharged, you have to do follow-up. They can tell you that go to the nearest, health center for follow-up in order that you avoid complications. So the person is discharged, but the place the person is, there is no health facility close to that site. Even if there were a health facility there, but the staff are not there, there are not many. So the person will you have no choice, but the person will remain there more than necessary for them to attend to the patient in order that they are sure that when the person goes, so he can cope with daily activities.
Let's leave it here.
You see?
30 seconds on Wuntumi.
And so Wuntumi case, I just wish them well, but the problem is that I see my brother here saying that they have to go the Buga way. And you see, it's unfortunate that the MPP has the MPP that we knew to be an elite party has discarded that.
They are Bugalized the party.
They are going the Buga way. That's very unfortunate.
And you want power.
Chairman Wuntumi, loyalty to the MPP is unquestionable. I have to admit. But this is a man that has so many controversies hanging around his neck. So if you are settling on Chairman Wuntumi, in fact, let me conclude this. If you are settling on Chairman Wuntumi, then there was no need voting against the Japan.
So they should have Kennedy.
They are the same class.
Wuntumi.
Because they are going for the Buga way.
They are going for what?
The Buga way. That's what he said. That is what he said.
Doing illegal mining.
So of the same feather flock together.
Let's leave it there. Jones Yamisem is a member of the MPP's
2028 is the Buga way. Let's leave the book to Dr. Baumia. Let's go by the Buga way. It's simple as that.
Because you say you want to go the Buga way, let's leave it here. I was there with Makwaja, Janice Obokojima. My name has been Alfa. I was there with Jones Yamisem is the constituency secretary for MPP Kwabi East. Kofi Asha is a member of the communications team for the party in the region. My name has been Alfa Ali. On this Buga note, let's leave it here.
We are going the Buga way.
Yes. Wake up.